Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Fireside Writing Advice stream. I am your host, Raymond McNeil, and joining me, as always, is the immortal Mollie Rhymemaster. Mollie, how are you doing today?
I can't stop playing Scrabble. I just can't.
It's like me and Minesweeper. I'm in the middle of watching someone else's podcast, and I'm just like, I should be doing something else than just informing myself with this podcast. So I immediately opened a tab. I'm just like, I'm going to play Minesweeper. And half the time I am awesome at it. The other half of the time I'm terrible at it. It's sort of how Minesweeper goes for me.
Yeah, I think that's how Minesweeper goes for most people. Oh, I'm just bad at it.
I mean, once you start, there are
you learn the patterns.
Yeah, it's all learning the patterns. There's a very, very simple tricks to it, but there's also like some parts where you're just not like, where is the mine? So just sitting there, you're like, there's like 2 3s and 3 2s surrounding this like series of blocks, and they're all mines except one. And you're like, which one is the one that's not the mine?
That's why I don't play Minesweeper. It's just nerve-wracking.
Nikhil, it's not a surprise stream. We stream every Thursday. I mean, we sometimes have like drop-offs where we can't stream, but
yeah, I'm not going to be able to stream next week because I will be on vacation.
Let me see. No, Steam. That's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted to open up this. I am also on vacation next week, I think.
Well, that works out.
Yeah. I except maybe Thursday. I think Thursday I'll be able to stream. Do you accept fanfics from other fandoms from Crossover 4? What do you mean, fanfics from other fandoms?
Like non-Ruby fanfics? We'll accept anything. We can't guarantee we'll know what it is. That's the only, that's like the game you have to play with it.
Frog in chat.
Frog in chat, frog in chat.
But yes, ironically, I'm playing Minesweeper as I'm watching this. Yeah, put a flag on that one space or you're gonna get fucked over. Just warning you. Nikhil Pepor playing through Ace Attorney. You're on Rise from the Ashes right now? Yeah. Oh, I thought that'd be a fun stream at some point to do. Ranking all the cases in Ace Attorney.
I would love to do that.
Better than those 2 guys that I shared with you did.
There was like a video that Raymond found that ranked the first case of Apollo Justice as like in like the top 5, which is insane because that case is like good, but it's not like top 5.
I'll get to that. I want to answer the new super chat just came in from or the follow up to the super chat. Do you only just No. We cover all sorts of things. When the way the system works is typically we have a prompt, and when people submit their prompts. They like a fiction they write under about 700, under 500 words worth. They submit it to us, and we cover it and critique it here live on the stream. Now, right now, we're the ones accepting the prompt. We had a prompt which is Battle of Wits, and we're in the middle of writing this, and there was an entire stream dedicated to the first section of writing this. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to stretch that out in particular, but yeah, but no, we don't judge just Ruby fics. So long as we can understand what's happening, we typically
if you're writing like we got a dude who writes a lot of Destiny fanfics. I know nothing about Destiny, but I'll still give it like a fair shot because But if you're gonna be writing about like the intricacies of like League of Legends lore, there might be a bit more issue.
Well, it's so long as it's written well enough for us to hold up with the core story at question. And that's always a big thing is like people are always, debating whether or not sequels need to be standalone objects on their own. Yes and no. A sequel at the very minimum needs to have a story that can be followed from beginning to end by any viewer coming into it. That doesn't mean that like the surrounding world needs to be completely explained or all the elements need to be set up in that story. It just needs to have a logical flow to it. And if people are scratching their heads at certain points and it has an answer in other films, then they just have to go to those other films to figure it out or other stories or whatever. How do you submit stories? Either to me and Molly on Discord or to me on Twitter.
Basically just him on Twitter. I think people have only submitted to me like twice.
Yeah.
Shout out to those people, though.
At Raymond_McNeil on Twitter. That's where you submit it. I do check my messages before every single stream just to make sure. But yeah, so we were talking about the Ace Attorney thing because I wanted to get on that. They ranked Apollo Justice's first case like number 5 out of all 40 cases that we have so far.
The fourth case of the third game wasn't even like...
It was 37.
Yeah, it was like middle of the pack, despite it being, like, in my opinion,
No, it was bottom of the pack. It was 37 to 40.
Oh my god. Why? It's so good.
Because I said that the case itself isn't memorable.
Yes, it is.
Well, they say that the qualifier to that is at the very end of it is some of the most shocking, disturbing stuff that has ever happened. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I don't know, I remember the whole, like, Dahlia and her stepsister thing fairly well. There's this whole standoff on a bridge. Like, there's some cool stuff going on there.
It's a super cool case.
But, like, putting the Apollo Justice one, I kind of see their argument is that it's a good case overall. It has a lot of interesting things going on in it. There's a lot of really cool dynamics where suddenly you have someone that you really trust. Well, you're supposed to really trust. I can kind of get to that. And suddenly it's all turned on its head where, oh no, this witness that was suddenly being accused of murder is now the one accusing other people of murder, and it's turning things on its head. The problem with it is it's the first case in the game. It completely undercuts the main character of the story by basically making him a sideshow. And it basically does too much too quickly for the viewer to be invested in it. It turns the entire game on its head in the first story, and every single case after that is basically just another Ace Attorney case. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not bad. It's just like when you hit like such a crazy case in the very first case that has such long-lasting implications of so much, when there's no real fallout to that, following that, the rest of the game just kind of falls flat.
Apollo Justice is kind of a mess, but it definitely has the worst case in the series. Okay, not definitely. Well, Turnabout Serenade sucks. Its investigation scenes are fun, though, because...
They gave that one number 15, I think.
Why? Boy, I sure loved watching the same CGI sequence 1,000,001 times.
Oh, they definitely highlighted that was an issue. Like, I'll give them this. They tried to be fair. They tried to be fair with it, but it just... I don't see what they saw. Because, like, everything that came out of their mouths, I'm like, this all sounds like negatives. Like, the characters are somewhat interesting a little bit, but, like, it's bad. It's just bad.
It does have, like, some of my favorite lines, though, in that whole game, just because Trucy's inclusion helps a lot.
Oh, Trucy anywhere. Just paste her everywhere.
One of my favorite, like, exchanges in the series is Emma is on the witness stand. She's like, some security detail I couldn't even stop a murder. And then the judge is like, no, I've made bigger mistakes in my time. Trucy goes, I want to hear about these bigger mistakes.
You guys playing the stream and recently announced not Sherlock Holmes Ace Attorney game when they release? Yes, actually. And fun fact, the stupid name they gave him is historically precedented for Sherlock Holmes.
Wait, really?
Yes. Lupin the First, or Lupin, the thief, the famous thief from French literature, had a crossover at one point with Sherlock Holmes. But every story after that featured Sherlock Holmes did not have the approval of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So legally speaking, they had to change his name to Herlock Sholmes.
That's a great story.
So it's not... I learned that through Censored Gaming, I think it was called. So I think that's just fascinating that it's like, wow, like... We're all laughing at Herlock Sholmes, but this is like literally accurate in some ways. That's insane. And I was just enjoying your part 1 and part 2 of fixing while Dark Soulsing. Excellent, excellent. Good times. Look forward. Fixing Volume 5, I announced it on Twitter, but Volume 5 is done being written. In the sense of, I completed the first draft. And it is... Oh boy! It is almost 100 pages. In fact, when I write my conclusion, it's going to break 100 pages. Easy.
Why must Volume 5?
Why must... I go into it, but Volume 5 has literally every single problem of the previous volumes on top of its own problems. It is impressively bad.
Every day I wake up, and Volume 5 is canon!
Not even the first story had that. It's been Captain Eastern's fanfic from the very beginning. But not even the first story had that. It's been... I don't know what you're referring to, William.
I think I've heard of something like it. I know it's like the name of a trope, because I used to look at TV tropes when I was like 14, but I don't know anything beyond that.
Wait, was it really unlicensed the entire time? Was it like a cease and desist that changed the name? Anime guy, just go back to any of the Fixing Ruby videos. The link should be in the description. Embrace the long man, become the mauler. Molly, you know the current volume is canon. Okay, look, everyone's complaining about Volume 7 and 8. At least there's something to work from in Volume 7 and 8. Like, there are interesting ideas being put forward. Volume 5, name one thing of interest in Volume 5.
Name one thing of real consequence in Volume 5.
Yeah. There is nothing. Except, they get the lamp. Literally at the end. And they do nothing with it. Okay.
It's... like, again, Volume 5 and Fire Emblem Fates hold this very specific spot in my brain where somebody mentions a detail from it, and I've realized that I've, like, blocked it out like a traumatic memory. And it all comes back at once.
I had to buckle down and watch that back to front, and then also read all the scripts to make sure I was getting lines right. And I still have problems remembering parts of Volume 5. It's impressively bad. But we are delaying time.
We're waiting for we're letting people file in. That's always the excuse.
That's always the excuse. We like being windbags as opposed to Wendy Oldbag, who is a different type of windbag. Volume 5 had the funniest line in me, Ren. You know, the one about aura and semblance? Yeah, don't worry, I cut that.
It can be, what was it that Batman said? It can be one thing,
or
another thing,
or neither of them.
Neither of those. I'm gonna start writing that on, like, my engineering exams.
Doyle was infamous for cease and desist orders for Holmes' fix after he killed off Holmes the first time around. Doyle confuses me in many ways. I don't understand that, man. I don't understand. There are people that love Volume 5 and that hate me for criticizing it. The hell? What? I mean, even among the fandom, people don't like Volume 5. What do they like in Volume 5?
The thing that I like, sometimes I'll just say things to myself when I'm bored, and nobody can hear me, and like I have like a list of things, and one of them is, Ilya, what are you doing? I love that line delivery.
It's not about destroying what we hate, but saving what we love. Ren. Lie, Ren. Let's see. I like I think, like, they had an arc with Raven, kind of, and Yang, and then never discussed that aspect of their characters ever again. Yep. Do you fix John's semblance being beyond just lay on hands? You'll see what I do with it. I don't go into detail with it.
It's like the concept of, like, Yang watches her mother reveal that she's a demigod and watches her, like, have no morals. And nobody's ever like, hey, Yang, are you, like, doing, you doing all right after seeing all that?
You okay, Yang? After your multiple consequential, consecutive traumas.
You find the mother that you've been searching for your entire life, and she's like a giga criminal.
He wanted to be writing Verne-style science fiction. Why didn't he write Verne-style science fiction with Sherlock Holmes?
That would have been cool.
That would have been amazing. There was an entire cartoon from like the late 90s, early thousands called Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. And it has the most earworm of a song for like Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. And it's just like, why is this so goddamn catchy? Part 1 through 5 make great background noise. Part 6 is really long, though. Hope Part 7 is sub 2 hours. Abe, it is almost 100 pages. It is 2.5 times longer than Volume 4.
It's so frightening.
It is terrifying. And I should note, this is not without necessity. I may have filled in some places, but like everything that we added was shorter than the things we had to change.
To be fair, Molly, the writers made Yang not care about finding Raven. That is true.
He tried. It kind of sucks, in all honesty. Really? So then maybe he should have just come to terms with the fact that he was a terrible science fiction writer.
Like, what? Again, it's just Yang's just like, oh, I found the person I've been searching my whole life for. And I can't remember her having, like, a really big emotional reaction to that. I'm not asking for, like, a soap opera. But, here's the thing. People who, like, really defend Ruby, they'll go on about it's like, oh, it's so mature, and it's doing this, and it's doing that, and it's making this point and that point. So it's like, okay, you want to play that game? You're going to have to play that game. You have to say, like, why didn't Yang have an emotional reaction to finding her mother? If it's so emotional and it's so smart, it's so like
I love their justification for why she goes to Raven. It is the most insane logic I have ever experienced in my life. Do you remember why she went to Raven in the first place?
To get the portal, right? To find Ruby?
Yes. So, Ruby, who she knows, I think, was headed toward... Okay. She doesn't know that Crow is with Ruby. How would she? If she knew that Crow was with Ruby, she would probably know that they were heading towards Mistral. So she could just go to Mistral. If she could just go to Mistral, why would she go to Raven? But she didn't. She went to Raven. Because she didn't know where they were. So she's presuming that Crow was with Ruby. Because you're not pretending that Ruby has some kind of weird connection to Raven. That's stupid. So she goes to Raven, not to suss out all of her mommy issues, and not thinking about the fact that she has these mommy issues that she probably needs to suss out. No, she goes there because you need a shortcut to find your sister. And for some reason, it's far easier to find a bandit tribe in the wilderness of another continent than to search for your sister in highly populated cities.
A nomadic bandit tribe.
It's like, there are so many steps of logic that make no sense. All right, well, so, actually onto our writing, because I think we have enough people kind of piling in.
Yeah.
We were with the Battle of Wits between Weiss and Blake in a Pokemon competition.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what we have so far. Weiss knew the ins and outs of a competitive Pokemon battle. She'd studied the meta, of course, and read the Smogon forums daily. Her EV training was impeccable, especially thanks to new game features. Balance was key. Types and moves had been meticulously chosen to play against the most common playstyles, while also keeping options open for more unconventional scenarios. Unfortunate that such a stacked deck lacked her preferred Alabaster color coordination, but the game had its rules and she needed to abide by them. She could have always added an ice type if she wanted, but no one uses ice types. She was easily the best player on campus and arguably in the entire region, going as far as to place third in the state finals, a score that her ego a scar to her ear that be easily mended when she placed first during this year's tournament. So, when Yang offhandedly mentioned, in that doofy way she does, that she knew a girl that absolutely rocked the Pokemon competitive scene, Weiss immediately felt a challenge to the throne she built for herself. Blake was a pale girl with dark hair and wispy physique. She had an aloof air to her, which would have been her most notable feature were it not for the pair of cat ears protruding from her head. Yang had failed to mention the girl was a faunus. I've heard
nasty.
I've heard good things about you. I hope you're up to the challenge, Weiss said, surveying her opponent, pointedly ignoring the ears by centering on her face. Those golden eyes seemed focused, intense. Can't say I've heard the same, Blake replied, her lips quirking. The hair on Weiss's neck stood tall. The absolute cheek of this girl. Well then, Weiss returned, slipping on a haughty veneer. We'll just have to change that, now won't we? A long meeting table separated the two women, its surface marred by battle, long study nights, and Ruby. Actually, mostly just Ruby. That girl needed to learn some etiquette while eating. Yang flicked the switch for the projector, the bulb slowly warming up and bringing the battlefield to life. Weiss knew her own team, obviously. She knew it inside and out. Blake's team stood... Well, it was a curiosity, for sure. Luxray? Seriously? No one had used Luxray competitively since... No one had used Luxray competitively. It was so slow, and really didn't offer much move-wise. Raichu, too? Not even a Alolan Raichu? Ugh.
Not even a Alolan Raichu.
It had some speed, at least, and good special attack. What was this Blake girl thinking? The rest of her lineup
What were they thinking?
Seemed decent enough. She must be planning something big, unconventional. Weiss kept up her guard. Clefable was always a strong choice. Stealth Rocks, the classic opening move. Blake didn't seem to have anything to get rid of the hazard, so she'd be suffering the damage for the rest of the battle. Blake, on the other hand, sent out Quagsire. That stupid, goofy grin mocked Weiss. No one liked battling that thing. Sirens blared in her head. At least, it couldn't do too much damage. Quagsire used Earthquake. Just... Earthquake. Who? Not even any setup? It took out a quarter of Clefable's health. Could Weiss just keep going? She had Clefable use Moonblast. It took out a chunk, but nothing major. Quagsire used Earthquake again. Okay then. He could survive 2 more hits of Moonblast, probably. Another back and forth, and Weiss started to doubt herself. What was Blake doing? This had to be some sort of setup. Interesting choice. Yep. Weiss made the choice. She withdrew Clefable, swapping it out for Tornadus.
Tornadus, you plebeian.
Earthquake didn't do anything. Blake narrowed her eyes and her jaw was clearly clenching down her cheek. Weird. There's a period there. Don't need a period there. Weird. Tornadus used Knockoff, which barely did anything. Quagsire responded with Ice Beam, of all things to put on that Pokemon. Tornadus froze. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Blake's face kept still. Was she expecting that? No way. Weiss had no choice but withdraw as Quagsire used Recover. Damn it. Dragapult had to be next. It could be one-shot that grin off Quagsire's face. But only with Draco Meteor. The strategy worked, thankfully, but now Dragapult was vulnerable with a lowered special attack. She'd have to switch out, but first she waited for Blake to make her move. Luxray. Okay. Wait, what did Weiss even have for Luxray? Half her team was weak to electric. Clefable again? No, it wouldn't last. Tapu Lele could be taken down too. It had to be between one of the two. Reluctantly, Weiss went with Clefable. With part of its health already missing, one wild charge from Luxray brought Clefable down into the red. Another wild charge and Clefable was down. Now it was safe to bring in Tapu Lele, which easily took care of Luxray. But Weiss was still feeling uneasy with this whole match. Blake's plays have been is it what tense?
Had been.
Yeah. Had been unorthodox all over the place.
Tiny Weiss. W. Tiny Weiss is here.
I mean, unorthodox all over the place, but slowly, bit by bit, her team was being eroded. Weiss's team was being eroded away. Okay.
All right,
so,
let me open up like the damage calculator for Showdown.
well, I mean, we can start like trying to kind of gloss over stuff.
Okay, you want to take over? Because
Well,
I did a lot of the meat of the battle.
Yeah. So, Clefable's down, Quagsire's down. Tornadus T is frozen. And no matter what Weiss did, the erosion just kept happening. I'm trying to think of like snapshot. You did a lot of that stuff, but I'm like trying to think of like scenarios of just like similar to like Tornadus frozen by Quagsire. I'm thinking like Corviknight.
There's glue all over my hands. That's why I'm like doing this, because there's glue on my hands.
Or like Dragapult. Wait, shit. Is Dragapult down? Who's down?
Clefable is down. Dragapult was withdrawn. Tornadus is frozen.
Who do they have out now? Is it Clefable or Tapu Lele? That's what it.
Tapu Lele is out, which could be taken down by. Did I think this team through?
No, that was kind of the point.
Let's see. What could take down Tapu Lele? It's a grass type. Wait, no. Tapu Lele is the. Shit. I always get them confused. Tapu Lele is the psychic type, so it could be taken down by Mimikyu.
I was gonna say, like, for some reason I was thinking Mimikyu. What's a good what's a good dark type move to take it down with?
People usually put Shadow Claw on it. Let me see if that would actually work. I'm going to be accurate, Oh.
Well, crit by Shadow Claw.
Hold on, let me see if that would work. It works without a crit.
Oh.
And it's faster, so.
Tapu Lele. Shadow Clawed by.
I hope nobody in chat is like a true competitive Pokemon player, because they would know that the team I gave Weiss is probably not very good.
Let's see. Tornadus T is frozen. F. Shadow Claw by Mimikyu.
F for frogs, chat.
Who would be the next person she threw out?
Against Mimikyu, she would send out Corviknight.
Corviknight. Now, would that take out Mimikyu, or would something else happen?
The thing is, Corviknight doesn't really have great attack. It would do like some damage, but first you have to damage it once and then damage it again. But in the head-to-head matchup, Corviknight would win after 2 turns.
Corviknight whittled down to almost nothing. Corviknight whittled down to almost nothing before
it would then it could easily be taken out by anything else she would like. Her remaining options are Helios, Gretchen, Kieran Black, and any of those 3 would take it down in 1 hit.
Well, we're saving Kieran Black because that's an ice type, right?
Yeah. Weiss's party as a whole right now has a serious weakness to electric and ghost types. I know, I didn't think it through that much. If it was actually Weiss, she would probably have balanced it better. If you want to know my like battling play style during my school's like second draft league, during Pokemon Club's second draft league, I decided to draft a sand team by someone's like just random comment because I chose like Tyranitar first or something. So I had Mega Tyranitar and I had Excadrill, and I never used them together. That is the type of player I am. I also made it to the playoffs.
I was thinking Raichu. What's a good electric type move?
People usually put Thunderbolt on it.
Thunderbolt.
Volt Switch. I don't know. Smogon.
From
the
Raichu.
Smogon Dex.
Finished it off. Did you do Tapu Lele, Shadow Claw by Mimikyu, Corviknight whittled down to almost nothing just to take down Mimikyu, and then a Thunderbolt from Raichu finished it off. Then so Mimikyu is out, so there's still 3 for 3. Who would be Weiss's next against Raichu?
Dragapult, which, like, no question could take it down. I think. Let me check. Right, because Raichu's not very bulky, and Dragapult has crazy high special attack. If you people can't tell, I am a huge nerd. Yeah, I could use basically like anything and take it down. So, but here's the like.
How are the mischances in this system?
If she's using Draco Meteor, it has a pretty solid mischance.
Finished off. A miss from. Let's see, Tapu Lele Show. Corviknight whittled. Corviknight, whittled down to almost nothing. Just take out Mimikyu and Thunderbolt from Raichu to finish it off. Dragapult. Missing with what Meteor Strike you said?
Draco Meteor.
Draco Meteor.
I never put so like my other thing when I battle is I really don't like moves that you can like only use once. So I would like never put Draco Meteor on something else I really had to.
Dragon went missing with Draco Meteor twice.
It's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. Exactly. That's why I put Stone Edge on nothing. Rock Slide, baby.
So, Dragapult missing with Draco Meteor twice.
It still wouldn't go down, even if it missed twice, and Raichu used Thunderbolt.
Well, yeah, but, like, how far down would Dragapult go? How whittled would that be for Dragapult?
Like, down to, like, it would lose about 60%.
Leaving it vulnerable to a follow-up Helios.
Blake should screw with Weiss hard with something like Zap Cannon or Dynamic Punch landing and her Pokemon being Parafusion locked. Do not speak the word Parafusion to me ever again.
I'm missing with Draco Meteor twice, leaving a vulnerable.
Well, the thing is here is that she's just kind of like using like a weird generic team. Although we could do something like she presses Zap Cannon. Does it get does Raichu get Zap Cannon? I think so. Yeah,
Maybe
there it is.
Maybe Heliosk.
I don't know if Helios gets it. It does not get it, so that doesn't work. But but Raichu is still out.
Let's see. Dragapult Meteor twice, leaving it open to Zap.
Like you gotta be shot. No, like Zap Cannon is a 50% accuracy move that's guaranteed to hit. Nobody uses it, or it's guaranteed to paralyze, so nobody uses it because it's 50%. So it would be like Zap Cannon.
Who on earth would take that chance? The person. The one person it ends up working for. I'm trying, like, I feel like there's a wit there. There's a witticism to have there. Who on earth?
You're better at those than I am.
The one person it ended up working for, of course. It ends up working for. Of course. Why wouldn't that be Weiss's luck today? I feel like that should be a new sentence, like a paragraph in itself. Well, I was gonna say, like, with
Hold on.
Oh, you okay? You okay?
I was gonna.
There you go. Of health.
I've seen it get used on a gravity team. Ooh.
So, man.
See, I don't like strategies. I just hit things and hope for things to be lucky. And then I'm just like, yeah, I totally expected that.
What was Nora's line? Be strong and hit things.
Ew, Nora.
What is the slur? Filthy. Enemy Zap
Critter.
Cannon is at least more accurate than me using Toxic.
I feel that.
So you get used on a gravity team. The only good Zap Cannon is a no-guard Zap Cannon. Critter, maybe? Feral? Oh, what's the slur?
It's Critter.
Critter is a faunus slur. That's
Plans are for nerds and smart people. Exactly. And I'm both of those things, I think. But I'm still not going to use plans. Because I can't say I'm neither of those things, because I am a nerd.
Wait, people use their brain when playing video games? I know. I'm confused by it too.
That's why I don't get League players.
I doubt they use their brain for much else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I realized that like the lighting is weird. I, like, have my lamp. It looked like a cinematic for a bit.
We are now in the CGI portion of the video. Dragapult lost to Raichu. So could Slowking take out Raichu? And Heliolisk or Heliosk.
No, it would lose to both of those. Maybe Slowking could like tank a hit. But...
Could it like maybe like put one of them to sleep?
It could tank the hit. It could tank a Thunderbolt because it is very high HP. In special defense.
Well, that's why I'm asking, like, if it could like put a status that would basically force Blake to swap. She would have to figure out how to swap. And that's where you go with the final FU is Kirim Black.
Yeah, let me. The thing is, I kind of wrote myself into a hole here because, it could tank the hit from Raichu, but it wouldn't be able to tank the hit from Heliosk. So I guess Heliosk.
Well, no, we
not
don't need to have Heliosk. We can just have it like it be a. She still has 3 technically alive. Mon.
Okay.
He just needs to immobilize Raichu.
It can learn Yawn, would do that.
Okay.
This is what I use the space in my brain for. It's that and knowledge about volcanoes.
Tell me a fun fact about volcanoes.
When Krakatoa erupted, the explosion was so violent that it was recorded on pressure, like on barometers around the world for like a week.
Damn.
Also, there was tsunamis in South Africa from it. For reference, it exploded in Indonesia. Raymond. Can I call you Raymond? You have beautiful hair.
Thank you very much. Everyone else tells me, people tell me otherwise. It is very frustrating. I cannot tell you how many times all of my family members have tried to convince me to get it cut.
No, not Yawn. Because Blake wouldn't like take it out for Yawn.
Confusion.
That wouldn't be on because it's like a very weak move, and it has a very low chance of confusion. I'm trying to think what somebody would put on it. Let me see. I'm looking through its move list.
Plays with someone in another race. Yeah, I hope that too, Jenny's. I really hope that too. Oh, I can't believe that is the weirdest thing that's going on in media. Replacing redheads with brownie points. Just to get brownie, but they replace redheads just to get brownie points.
Oh, she can't use Thunder Wave on it because that's not how that works.
India was basically all volcanoes erupting for decades after the impact wiped out the dinosaurs. Damn. India is hardcore. I legit think that India is going to save the world. I'm not kidding when I say that.
I believe India can save the world.
Well, Jenny's, that's the joke. Blake has absolutely no idea what she's doing. Psyshock?
Psyshock would take out like a chunk of its health, but I forget like Raichu's still at full health, yeah.
Would Draco Meteor kill it outright?
Yes.
Okay. India has all the smart people. Yes, they're the ones that don't play League of Legends. What does Psyshock do other than do
Psyshock,
damage?
it just does damage.
Damn it.
I'm trying to like think about how to workshop like it could be a thunderbolt from Heliosk. Um,
Well, then what happened to Raichu?
hold on. Hmm. I like how chat's like trying to give advice to this. Hold on. Life
Well, yeah,
orb.
that's the point. They're
Yeah.
involved in this.
Life orb, and I'm going to specially invest it. Um,
What item is he
and it
equipped
can
with? Do you have items in this system?
yeah. Whoops. There we go.
Could tank a hit even from Raichu. Thankfully, Weiss had invested into Slow King's special attack as well as special defense, allowing it to take down Raichu with one lucky Psyshock. Should she make like some kind of remark about Kyurem Black? Like,
Just that it's a really good Pokemon. Kyurem Black's actually like it's not supposed to be used, but
she was feeling better.
it's in Ubers. Wait, when did that happen? Was there? I feel like when we checked this like a month ago, it wasn't in Ubers.
She was
I
feeling
think, but regular Kyurem is still OU, so just change that to Kyurem.
she could still claw this back and wipe that smug grin.
India's gonna stop the world from going down the toilet. Ironic.
Ugh. A smug grin off Yang's face.
Psyshock is more than just a damaging move. It's a damaging move with a cool name.
Smug grin off
Kyurem
Yang's
Black
face.
is strong, but White is stronger. Yeah, but both are in Ubers now. When did this happen? Hold on. Kyurem Black Ubers.
So,
That happened in November 7th, 2020. Huh.
even with the lights dim, her smarmy face is she was feeling better now. She could still claw this back and wipe that smug grin off of Yang's face. All she had to do... How would you deal with a frozen Pokemon in this sort of situation? You have no items to free them, right?
Yeah, you send it out and you hope for the best. Tornadus usually has Tornadus Therian usually has a heat wave on it. I don't think that thaws though. Like Scald, if you use like Scald or Flamethrower and you're frozen, it thaws. But heat wave doesn't thaw.
All she had to do was maybe. So all she had to do was. Maybe now she could throw out Tornadus. Would that be worth it? No? Yes? Throwing out Tornadus?
It has literally no other option.
Well, Slowking is still playing. Like this is before Slowking gets taken out. Like I'm.
You would keep in Slowking.
Okay. Like Slowking wasn't the best for the situation, but he'd suffice. And she'd been in tougher spots before. And I don't want. I feel like it's a little too much. Slowking wasn't the best, but she could work with it. She could work with it. She could work with all of this. And then Blake threw out.
Janice says, I hate how you say tornadoes.
Me or her?
You. You're the one saying it wrong.
I have never once heard that fucking Pokemon's name spoken aloud. Kyurem. Let's see. Throughout Kyurem Black. And an ice beam to Slow King's face.
That would do nothing. Hold on.
Wait, ice beam would do. Oh, what is?
It's a water type. Foolish.
Look, we need to end this on a ice beam victory.
I know, but life. Hold on.
What if it freezes Slowking too?
It could use freeze dry. It would take out like a chunk of Slowking's health.
Well, I'm thinking from the perspective of a noob Pokemon player. What if she uses Ice Beam, and it freezes?
Freeze dry is what it would have.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't have Ice Beam. It would have freeze dry.
Would that have potentially a freezing?
Does it potentially freeze? I think so. Yeah, like very small, but yeah.
Kyurem. Kyurem Black. This shouldn't have been.
Make Slowking the Galarian version, so it'll deal regular damage to it. Well, that's why it's using freeze dry, because then it'll deal super effective damage to it.
Ice versus water. Not a favorable matchup.
It's not a favorable matchup. They're not very effective against either.
Yeah. Not.
And we're just doing regular Kyurem because Kyurem Black wouldn't be available because it is an Ubers. It is banned.
Ah. Not a favorable matchup.
But Side Shock should be able to do the trick.
Yeah. But Psyshock should do the trick.
You capitalize these things. That's the grammar of Pokemon.
I don't do the Pokemons!
It's the grammar of Pokemon.
What are you? Some kind of Unnovan? Bloody Unnovans? Knowing all these things? Get more Gala sensibility.
No.
That's right, because Galar sensibility has no personality. Oh! Do you think that maybe, like, the Galar region was literally just, like, the biggest insult to the British Isles?
It might have been.
Just been like, Like, yeah, this is what we think of your personality. You have none. That's like, I could do the trick.
Would Weiss be the type to resort to timer stall? No, I think she'd do like regular stall, but I don't want to write about someone doing regular stall because it's painful, and I don't want to put my audience, whom I love, through that.
She put in the command and hoped for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Who would go first? Would Saishak go up first?
No, Kieran would definitely move first. Slow King is slow.
Rim went first. Freeze dry?
Mm-hmm.
Dash? No dash?
There's a dash, yeah.
Freeze dry. Weiss blinked. As suddenly, as Slow King froze? Freeze dry has a chance to freeze? Like she she completely forgot about that. Like
I love them with freeze dry.
Weiss dropped back in her chair, aghast at what had just happened. Technically speaking, she still had 2 Pokemon on the board.
But also, technically speaking, she had none.
Speaking, she had just lost outright. To an ice type.
Ice.
They're on laptops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked over the top of her screen at Blake, who still seemed deep in concentration.
Freeze is so much BS because it has no instant affliction move, so it can be random and no one plays around with it. Yeah.
Because it has no instant affliction. Oh, wait.
You get Marnie in on this.
Oh, I didn't realize they're back together again.
They are back together again.
That's why he's a king. I said, ew, frozen. Why did you spell frozen water like that? Who still seemed deep in concentration. This? How should we handle this? Because we need to build up to her yelling critter. Also, we don't really need this anymore.
He throws down the controller and answers.
Let's see. Blake. Blood pounding in her ears. Yang's smirk burning into her corneas from over Blake's shoulder. Things went red. The world went red.
Write this like it's a war, like it's a battle and someone's about to die.
The world went red, and Weiss couldn't control her own arms as they slammed onto the table, threatening more damage. Oh, I might even scroll down properly. So people can't see it, so I can't scroll down. Let me just... There we go. There we go. Now everyone can see. Doing more damage than anything Ruby could ever muster. Weiss stood, her chair toppling over as her voice as she found her voice with a gusto.
Critter.
Well, no, like how to handle this. Like, I feel like she wants to go on a tirade and then hit Critter. Like, what would Weiss think in this circumstance? She'd just been completely bested by someone who literally had no idea what they were doing.
Well, first Blake needs to reveal that she has no idea what she's doing.
Yang, from across the way, smiled down at Blake. The two's eyes meeting for a sickeningly long time before either of them spoke. And when they did you have fun, Blake? Yang asked. Not bad for your first time.
First time.
Streaming. Not bad for your first time. And when they did ... Did you have fun, Blake? Yang asked. Not bad for your first time. Weiss stood, her hair toppling over as she found her voice with a gusto. First time? First time? Championship, not chip. Brain. Material. I'm trying to think of like a Yang, like kind of a flirty Yang line, just being like championship, like something to do with championships.
She's a champion cutie. Sorry, that made me throw up in my mouth.
Yang just motions to her. Yeah, like you're looking at the next Miss Vale. To Blake, emphatically. Of course, she's championship material. You're looking at the next Miss Vale here.
Critter.
Earned a blush from Blake and a blush from Weiss, but not a good one. I'm trying. That doesn't work. I'm trying to like Blake and Weiss both turned red for completely different reasons.
Different reasons.
Here. To my stomping grounds. Parading around some critter.
I'm sorry, it's so funny.
Queen of the school. Cool. And all this time you've been lying? Blake and Yang seemed taken, were visibly shocked. This reminds me of Gundam Build series. I've never seen the Gundam Build series. I don't know if it's really for me. Yang would use a hyper offensive team. Yeah, probably. You're right. Let's do it, Mike. I just saw that. That wasn't very cash money of you, Weiss. Oh my god, I'm using that. Yang saying that. Their faces appalled. Yang even broke her.
She Bork character.
Her usual playgirl attitude to level a glare at Weiss. Weiss, not gonna lie.
That was not very cash money.
It was not very cash money of you. Weiss's his eyes bulged. Excuse you, I have all the cash money in the world. Rolled. And, Cat, stop it. Cat.
Oh,
Cat. He's trying to break down my door. I don't know if you can probably hear it over the microphone.
I did hear the meow. Let him in. Let him in. Let him in.
No.
Come on, chat.
Bulged. Excuse you, I have all the cash money in the world. And if you're going to spend your time telling me
that's very cat money of him.
Tales about some girl you want to impress, then I'll just take my cash money and go elsewhere.
People want the cat. We have an audience we play to, Raymond.
I have brought the cat.
Cat. No, I have to wait to see it on stream because you don't have your camera on Discord.
Ugh. Oh god, he's a stinky.
There he is.
Oh, he's stinky.
Oh.
He's a stinky cat. All right, stinky cat. Sit there
You
for the
people
rest
are furries? Why? Because we like cats? Who doesn't like cats?
Let's see. That was not very cash money of you. Excuse you, I have all the cash money. Was she using her own laptop, do you think? Weiss?
Yeah.
Okay. Weiss. Collapsing her laptop. Probably.
I love Williams just, woo, cat!
Big boy. Yeah, he's heavy. He's gotten actually a lot thinner recently.
Once my my structural engineering professor like mentioned he had cats, so of course the entire class is like showing, and he just put it like under the little like projector he was using. He's like, "Yep, here's Bella and here's Lucy."
Collapsing.
Cats look very confused.
Much harsher than she probably should have.
I love the cat meows.
He is the second most talkative cat we have. The other
What
cat
is he just?
What?
Does he just want you to hold him?
Yeah. I think he just wants to be in my lap. So I guess
Now it's a stream.
if liking cats makes me a furry, then call me Sully. Oh, funny. Wonder if they have laptops similar to Scrolls and Remnant.
Have we seen a laptop in Ruby?
We've seen Scrolls like plug into desks. Let's see. She probably should have. Yeah, laptop much harder. Weiss packed her bag and quickly paced towards the door. Should we go for a feel-good ending?
Yes, I like feel-good endings.
Let's see. Did you do? Weiss packed her bag and quickly paced towards the door. Just as she pulled the knob handle. I hate the word knob. A third voice. Let's see. She heard Blake speak. For what it was worth. Good game. Pausing. Weiss digested the words.
Is the feel-good ending for all the characters to die and it affects Ruby in real life? I wish. That'd be so messed up. What if you came into your studio one day and your characters were dead?
How did this happen? Like, I'm actually more
The
impressed
best
than
feel-good... I like this. The best feel-good ending is the one where they play gorillas in the back. Get it?
No, I don't, actually.
Feel-Good Inc. is a very famous gorilla song.
I've got sunshine in a bag. I've got
That's Clint
in a
Eastwood.
bag. I've got something in a bag. I've got a bag in a bag. I love that remix of it. It's hilarious.
I like the one of Lose Yourself where every line ends with spaghetti. There's spaghetti on
Mom's
his sweater
spaghetti,
already.
yeah, that's
Mom's
great.
spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he's a calm spaghetti to drop bombs, but he keeps on spaghetti when he put down.
Weiss suggested the words, and her back straightened. No. She'd been duped, but she was a professional. This behavior was unbecoming. Swallowing an ounce of her pride, Weiss turned to Blake. God damn it, a minute. There we go. But still avoided her eyes. Yes. Good game. Miss Belladonna.
I think it's a good place to end.
Have a nice day. And with that, Weiss left. There we go. What do you think, chat?
$1,400 isn't bad.
Yeah, that went pretty well. That's how J.J. Abrams felt when returning to Star Wars 9. Yep. A lot more timelines for when characters dying than they do have happy endings. I've been there before. Troy coming into the apartment and chaos happening. Spaghetti is pretty awesome. I don't know who made that, but I do love them for it. Another one that's great. Instead of fly away, it's I want a Milky Way. I want a Milky Way. I want a Milky Way. Yeah, yeah. God, whoever does like can do those those song remixes.
The Morshoe ones are the ones that mess me up. I've been obsessed. I've been obsessed with Morshoe remixes. They're so impressive.
It's pretty good, right? Yeah, I had fun with this. This is a good exercise. So
I got my Pokemon hat on. If you guys didn't notice, it's a Rayquaza hat. It's kind of like hard to tell, but I got it at Nintendo World.
I wish I could have. Well, I did send you the image, right, of the Rayquaza coming out of the ceiling in the Pokemon store in Japan.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see. It's a really good statue.
I like Rayquaza because the existence of the Draconids and Oras imply that there's like other cults for specific legendaries. It also implies that Pokemon has ethno-religions, which is a little weird.
Gonna dip out to focus on doodles. See ya, Floof. 1,400 words. Hold my beer.
Please don't send us a 2,000 word submission.
Please,
anime guy.
Please. Molly with the drip. Yep.
It's true, I have drip.
That said, what should be our next prompt?
I thought we already had decided on a prompt. Anime guy, what was our prompt? You always know them. Because he always gets them done. Like, he always gets them done first.
No. I mean, okay, the writing prompt for all of you guys... The writing prompt for all of you guys is Tropes Twisted. The prompt for us next time we write.
Trope Twist Tuesday.
That's what I'm asking. What should the prompt for us be at some point? The next time that we do this writing stream.
Well, we want to do like the Ace Attorney rankings, which isn't writing related, but...
Well, I mean, that's when we come back to writing is the question.
By the way, submission's still between 750 and 850. Yeah, in that range. I have a Mega Rayquaza pin. I got a Rayquaza plush, and for my birthday one year, my friend got me, it's like a Pikachu wearing a Mega Rayquaza hoodie. Let me get that, hold on. It's really cute.
Evil Superman.
Oh, these headphones are wired.
That is adorable.
So, that's what that is. I guess I could just go to bed with all the other plushies. The reason why I have so many Pokemon plushies is because, like, when I was in school, my friends would be like, oh, if Molly's birthday's coming up, what should I get her? Oh, well, she likes Pokemon, and she likes stuffed animals, so let's get her Pokemon plushies. And now I have, like, 20 of them.
Evil Superman.
Love my friends.
They're all recommending Evil Superman.
Evil Superman.
No,
You want us to
I'm
actually
not
write
writing.
evil Superman?
I don't like evil Superman. I think it's really lazy.
You can ruin a childhood like the Powerpuff Girls CW show for something else. I would love to do that. Like after we read that script, it was in the Pokemon Club's Discord, and we just did like the Alola series as like an edgy CW show, and we like wrote out all the characters and their
That
connections.
would
It
be a
was
fun
wild.
prompt. What should we do for that? And that'd be also different because that'd be script writing more than anything.
Yeah.
So what should we do for that? Okay, all right. Decided. Our next writing prompt for me and Molly is going to be writing the CW adaptation of blank. So you guys give me something. What should we write? Not Ruby, obviously, because Ruby needs to be good first to get ruined.
Writing Pokemon the series Alola CW was really fun. It's like oh, there's political turmoil and business turmoil, and do we release this guy from prison so he helps the business, or do we keep him in prison? Like I just had way too much fun with it. I wrote it all in like an hour and a half, just in the chat, like just one message after the other. I was on fire.
It's gotta be something you love. Oh, Dexter's Lab. Dexter's Lab could be it. Don't remember what you guys Bounty Hunters was sadly not even close. Jimmy Neutron, Samurai Jack. Nah, he's already he's got edge to him. I don't know if that would work. Martin Mystery. Never really watched Martin Mystery.
Neither did I. Avatar. It has that. It's called Legend of Korra.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Huh. It basically is. Ben 10?
Ben 10.
Doesn't Ben 10 already have that with like
Yes.
any of its?
It has like the grown up version. The Loud House. I was like out of like the age range for the Loud House when it came out. I had like just grown out of shows like that.
CW Dragon Ball without doing just Dragon Ball Evolution. That's impossible. It's about to write Ben 10.
Scooby Doo. Lord of the Rings.
Okay, Lord of the Rings is impossible. It needs to be it needs to have a contemporary setting.
It could be like Gravity Falls. CW Gravity Falls is like every show that came after Gravity Falls.
But I've never watched Gravity Falls, so I'd be in the dark.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Bounty Hunters? I don't know what Bounty Hunters is.
Is that Star Wars? Ben 10 got weird, man.
Kids Next Door.
Ben 10 had its sequel series, and I was like immediately turned off by like the character designs.
CW Pokemon Sword and Shield. We've done that. Like Raymond and I, just for fun, we've done that. So we already have a basis to go.
Yeah,
off of.
we might that might be like our thing. We actually go through Galar Unsheathed.
Galar Unsheathed. We can do Galar or Alola, because now I have Alola too, but you know Galar a lot better.
Yeah, I know Galar a lot better. I need to watch a playthrough of Alola just so I know what happens in that game.
Molly, you watch Star Wars and you don't know what a bounty hunter is? I do know what a bounty hunter is, but you were shouting bounty hunters like it's a show.
Also, for the record, bounty hunters exist in real life. Have you ever heard of a guy named Dog? Dog the Bounty Hunter. He was pretty big.
You a fic on Django Fett's past? That's not at all what we're deciding to do.
Yeah, that's literally the opposite.
Django Fett's past is just him being a clone.
CW Little Witch Academia?
No, not being a clone. It's just him being Mandalorian.
No, don't. No, I don't want CW anywhere near Little Witch Academia.
Jango Fett's past is just like Clone Wars again. I don't know.
Kids Next Door would actually be interesting. Full Metal Alchemist CW. There's a lot of good options.
The problem with Kids Next Door is that like they get memory wiped when they turn 13, don't they?
Nigel didn't. And actually, that would actually be, like, a very good starting point. So the problem I have is, like, I don't know if I would really want to write it bad, because, like, all the ideas we had for Galar Unsheathed, I was sort of, like, taking in the sense of, like, this would be fun if it were, like the reality that we just didn't see, like, our characters were kids seeing the world in a way that was, like, more colorful to them, but, like, it's really this brutal, kind of, like, horrible place.
CW Little Witch. That I think Raymond would like that. The problem is I don't know anything about Little Witch besides what Raymond's told me.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's good show.
I know it's good.
Some new story maybe.
If you read the comics, he's more than the clone template and a Mandalorian. Well, I don't spend my time reading deep Star Wars lore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't actually care about Jango Fett at all.
Yeah. I dressed up as him for Halloween one year. Fun fact.
Well, we'll take from the chat some of the best ideas and we'll put up to a vote on Twitter like we did last time. So, yeah. With that, let's start winding down the stream. Thank you all so much for joining us. It has been a blast. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and ring that bell, as always, because YouTube is terrible with notifications. If you want to support the channel, $1 or more to my Patreon or Fatman's Patreon or Dashy's Patreon get you access to the Team Frostbite Discord server where me, Fatman, Dashy, and Molly are all regularly active. We will yell at you. It is fun. CW Totally Spies. Totally Spies is a parody of CW. I'm convinced.
As far as my channel has been going, I've been kind of taking off my own personal streams just because I'm dealing with some stuff. The next one I do, I'm trying to find a time with my friend Pepper, and we're going to just talk about fanfic tropes. And that would probably be on a Friday or Monday. Not like this week or the coming week, but maybe the week after. That's been kind of off for now. But, I'm still trying to get to these streams.
But yes, I will run with all those ideas. And I don't think we have anything else to add. Okay. All right.